Another beautiful day in paradise. Pura vida. So I'm walking to the beach for a quick jog, a swim, and put my headphones on, listen to some blues. Got open mic tonight at Longboards. Open mic tomorrow at Pasatiempo. And I was just thinking about something. I thought I'd share it with you, and the idea is, should I move to Costa Rica? I thought of that because I found out somebody I know from Canada is moving back. They moved here, had some businesses, bought a house, and they're moving back. I don't know if it's true or not. I think it is. But it doesn't matter. The topic is still pretty timely. So the big question then is, should I move to Costa Rica? So if you're thinking about moving to Costa Rica or any other country, let me just give you a few ideas, tips, and some insights into how I see it. And take it from there. Take it for what it's worth. I hope it's helpful. I think what I've noticed from people who come here and move back to Canada or back to the US or to wherever, one of the biggest pulls seems to be grandchildren. And I think this might be what's happening with this one particular person. But I also know other people who move back for health reasons. These are people in their 70s and 80s who have been here and their health is failing and they'd rather be back home. That happens. I also know other people who are longtime expats. They're so entrenched in the life here in Costa Rica, they're just going to stay here to the end. So in that sense, it's different for everybody, but the main reasons why people seem to not make it last, it seems on average about 5 or 6 years. What happens is people get excited. They're like, ooh, it's mystical, it's magical, it's this exotic dream. And some people come down and they have a lot of money and they just throw a lot of money at it, and you'll see empty developments and empty businesses. I call that a land of broken dreams. And that's fine if you got a lot of money and it doesn't, you're going to throw money at something and it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I prefer to be a little more grounded and use accurate thinking, and not that I got any money. I mean, okay, let me just talk about that for a minute. A lot of people come to me and say, they look at the fact that Tina and I spend time down here, and to them it's just this, wow. But I'm like, no, it's not much different than what most people have back home. Let me explain. So we're from Sudbury. Sudbury's surrounded by forests and lakes and wilderness, and just about everybody has a cottage, or what we like to call a camp. And I'd probably have one too if I was only living in Canada. But this is my camp. This is our camp, our cottage. And it's what we do. So right now, that's what it is. It's our camp, our cottage. It may become our home in time. Who knows? But for now, that's what it is. So when people look at us and they go, oh, you're so lucky. I hear that sometimes. Well, no, we're not lucky. You got to plan for these things. This just didn't get thrown on our laps. We made it happen, and when I married Tina 30 years ago, I asked her what she wanted out of life, and she said, I want to travel. I said, well, let's travel. That led us in 2004 to a trip to Costa Rica, and that's where we fell in love with the place, and we've been coming back ever since. And we bought our place in 2011. So you gotta work up to it. So if you're thinking about doing something like that, just keep that in mind. There's no luck involved. You got to plan for these things. You got to take small steps. If you're younger, all the power to you. If you're older, you'll probably have limited time as far as that's concerned, or you might have more resources, so which is a bonus. But you got to ask yourself too: Am I escaping? Because a lot of people want to run from their problems, and they want to run from their problems, and they call that the geographic cure. and it never works out. So you got to be honest. So my advice is take your time. So there's some people up ahead. I'm going to interview them. This happens all the time. How you doing, Scott?
Good morning.
Hi.
Well, now,
This is Scott from Alberta.
there's no chance of hail, none whatsoever.
So how long you been coming here?
4 years we moved, haven't regretted it for a day.
Full time.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people move back.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
Not unless they have a condo. Then they
No,
sell
but
the
I've known
condo.
people who bought houses and condos, and they're like, no, not. They're tired with Costa Rica, and they move back to wherever.
Yeah, well, you haven't really lived the purity of lifestyle. That's
You're
the
living
problem.
it, are you?
That's it. That's
All
what
right.
we do.
We'll talk about this again in 5 more years.
All right, super.
We'll see if you're consistent.
Okay.
This is going out.
Doesn't mean it's the last stop on the trail of life.
Yeah, no, you're right. Who knows? I might buy a sailboat and go sail the world full
fucking-
time.
That's the way to go. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, is it?
I don't want to fucking sail though. I want to fucking motor.
Hey, stop swearing. This is
I'm
going.
sorry.
This is
I'm-
going on
I'm
YouTube.
motoring it.
This is a family channel.
I believe in comfortable seating and not tinkering with sails.
Oh no, I'm a sailor.
Yeah, well,
I'm a sailor.
I have to buff many people's boats that had money in their sails. Too much money.
Thanks for being a part of my YouTube channel.
Sorry for the external.
It happens. As you can tell, Scott's very outspoken. Yeah, him and his wife moved down here 4 years ago, and they bought a place, a business, an Airbnb, right here. They got little rentals and that. So, hi, how are you?
How you doing?
Good, good. I was just talking to your husband about how long you for my YouTube channel.
Oh, that's cool.
So, hey, hi. You okay if you're on it for a
I
second?
don't mind at all.
Are you liking the Puta Vida lifestyle?
Loving it. The weather's perfect.
Nice.
Life is perfect.
I was just, the topic of today's video is should I move to Costa Rica? And I was talking about the pitfalls and the things to watch out for and what not to do, what to do, and what we've noticed and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, that's good.
Because some people move here in a huff, and then they're like 4, 5, 6 years later, they're like, nah, it's not for me, and they go back.
Yes. Yes. So but they've had an experience.
They
It's
have,
not all-
but it's not what they thought originally, you
That's
know,
right.
for whatever reason. And they move back for different reasons, grandkids or health reasons, or they're just tired of it. So, but it's working out for you guys.
It's working out great for us.
You're loving it.
Absolutely. Yes. Get to
Yeah.
live in nature. Get to live their life.
This is what one of the things I like the most about being down here is you just talk to people all the time. Back home, everybody's so reserved and they're walking their little dogs, and
Yes.
you walk down the road and they're just like afraid of you. So,
And the great thing here is if you can be with people or you can choose to be secluded. It's up to you.
yeah, you could be in the jungle
You
in the
can-
hut,
That's right.
living with the
Or-
snakes and spiders.
Or step outside and see people.
How are you? Are you moving down?
Not an option right now.
That you want to.
Yes, eventually.
The desire's there. That's
Oh,
all that matters.
Absolutely, desires there.
It all starts with desire. So, well, thanks for being on my video. I didn't
Pleasure.
expect that, but it's
Okay.
it's nice to add that impromptu bit of information that take.
All great. Have a good
Later.
day.
There you go. Oh well, that's cool. Didn't expect that. I walk down this road practically minimal once a day at least, maybe 2, 3 times a day. Excuse my throat. So yeah, I always encourage people if they're going to do something like that. First of all, don't you plan for it. If you have a dream, you plan. Start small. So when my wife said I want to travel, I said, cool, let's open up a bank account. We'll put $300 in that bank account. We started with $300. 5 years later, we had a whole ton of money and we started traveling. So you have to start. Instead of playing, I just never play victim, never whine, blame, or complain. Ever, 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 ever. And get a sailboat. Don't listen to Scott. Power boats. God. Anyways, so yeah, a lot of people, move here on a whim, and they do it. So my advice is take your time, and you hear that from others all the time. Come down here, come for a couple weeks, and you come down for a month, maybe a couple months, maybe half a year, and you rent. You check it out, check out different areas, get used to it, get accustomed to it, make sure you know what you want to do. I know people who come down here and they rent every year. There's my buddy Paul with his dog Pepper. He's going for a walk. I see him up ahead. Paul's from Florida, by way of California. So yeah, the community down here, when you settle into a community, especially if there's lots of expats, you immediately become entrenched and you make new friends, new activities, and life is good. So if you expect things to be like they are back home, you got to really remove those expectations. And you got to think in terms of being adaptable, which is fine by us. I mean, that suits me just fine. And Tina. Tina's very, very adventurous. You know, on our first date, I remember in June, our first date after a squash game, I asked her if she wanted to go out for nachos. And she said, yeah. And I said, well, can I pick you up on my motorcycle? And her eyes lit up. You know, I barely knew her. And that's adventurous, you know. A lot of ladies might have gone, ooh, motorcycles scare me. Not her. Hey, how are you? All right, that's what I got to say about that. I'm way over time. I'm at 11 minutes.